Hi, and welcome to section videos for Economics C181, our international trade. My name is James Sayer. I'm going to be one of the GSIs for this course, along with Dennis Egger, and each of us is going to trade off section videos every week. So you'll see Dennis next week. I just want to say welcome to the course. I'm really happy to be your GSI this semester. Just a little bit about myself before we get started. I'm going into my 5th year in the PhD program in agriculture and resource economics here at UC Berkeley. This will be my 4th time teaching this class, and this will now be my 2nd semester teaching remotely. So I really think that I've learned a lot from teaching remotely last year, and I think this is going to be a great semester, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope to see everyone in office hours. Unfortunately, because section videos are recorded in advance, which I think is a good thing, because it allows you to go through the section videos on your own time. The unfortunate part is that I don't get to interact with students during these section videos, and don't get to know what you all might find challenging or not. What parts of these section videos I should go slower on, should go faster on, stuff like that. So I really, really want to encourage everyone, please come to office hours. For one, I think it will be good for me to meet all of the students in the course. I think that's the main drawback of doing section videos recorded in advance. And so for one, I just like to meet everyone, but two, I really want to have a sense of what section videos are doing well, and what material could be presented, a little bit better. And so, in order to do that, I really want to hear all of your feedback on how the course is going. And I think, as Dennis said, which I really liked in the first lecture, all of the students who are taking this course are students who are taking many more online classes than us, where I'm not taking classes right now. And so you all really have a stronger base of experience in what works and what doesn't work with online teaching, and teaching in general, of course. And so we really do want to hear from you as to what's working, what's not working. And so office hours are totally fine time to sort of bring those things up, or if not, through email. Okay, so with that said, what I'm going to do in this first video is I'm going to go over a little bit some of the things that are laid out in the syllabus, and then in the next couple of videos I'm going to try to split them up. I'll jump into section 1's material. So if you've already taken a look at the syllabus, that's fine. Maybe you skip this video. But I will jump into the syllabus in a little bit more detail, and I think it's worth spending a little bit of time on the syllabus before jumping into things. So here are our emails. If you could please, any email that you want to send us, if you could put our name and then plus C181, that will help ensure that it goes to the right place. And also, I have, personally, I have an anti-spam thing, so I'll make sure, it'll help me make sure that any email sent to me doesn't go to spam if you write plus C181. My office hours I'll have from Tuesdays from 7 to 9 PST. So hopefully that works for either people who are night owls and like to go to office hours late at night, or for students who are located in other time zones. If you want to attend my office hours, all of the B course link, all of the Zoom links are going to be located under the Zoom tab of B courses. You will need to use Zoom under your berkeley.edu account, otherwise you won't be able to log in, but there is a password to join. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I think if you join the Zoom link through the B courses tab, it should automatically pre-populate the password. And so it should be pretty easy to log in and get into either mine or Dennis's office hours. But if you're having any problems, just please send me an email at any time. So a little bit about sections and what the goal of sections is. What we'll be doing is we'll be working through problems similar to those that will be covered in assignments, lectures, and exams. And sections are designed to be an opportunity to emphasize some of the intuition behind the theory presented in class, as well as to give you a lot more opportunities to really practice and really hone your skills with sort of working through some of these problems. As I sort of said earlier, all section lecture videos, notes, and solutions are going to be posted ahead of time on B courses, and so there won't be a fixed time that you need to tune into as with the main lecture. And so we think that this is going to be helpful for students who are in different time zones. So, you know, we're not sort of forcing anyone to wake up at 2 a.m. potentially and tune into sections. And so since these section videos are not posted at a time, we've given, that comes with a good deal of personal responsibility in that you'll be expected to go through the section videos and notes on your own. And maybe what we can help facilitate is in groups each week. If you found this video, then you probably already found where the section videos are, so I'm not going to go into that. But please use the section videos, notes, and problems to study and practice for exams. And in general, I've GSI'd this course several times. I'd say, you know, when students come to me and they say, you know, James, how do I study for the exam? I say, you know, the best thing to do is to do practice problems, start with a blank sheet and say, okay, how would I solve this problem? Go through all of the steps, and then once you're done, once you've try to work through it on your own independently, then consult the solutions and then say, well, how and why does my answer differ from the solutions? And that in and of itself will be fairly instructive. It would also be instructive how well you might do on the exam, because the exam basically gives you a blank sheet of paper and a bunch of problems to do. And so it's essentially the best way to study and to prepare yourself for taking an exam. But of course, if you have any questions about how and why your answers differ, or any of the material covered in section, videos, and notes, please attend office hours to discuss it with us. Essentially, what you should view this as is you should view office hours as basically a time to ask questions the way you would during live sections. And so I really think it's going to be important for everyone to attend office hours even more frequently than you necessarily would in a class that was held in person. Of course, you can also attend office hours to discuss any of the material covered in lectures and problem sets, as well as bringing up questions that you see in the section videos. And you're welcome to come to either of our office hours, regardless of which GSI you are formally, whose sections you're formally registered for. We're not, you know, it doesn't really matter in the course of things, because if you signed up for one of our section times, that, you know, technically I think my sections are at a given time, but it doesn't really matter. We're not really following any of that. So you're welcome to attend either of our office hours or both. It's really, please attend if you feel like you would benefit from them. Office hours are going to begin and end sharply on time. So please, if you have lengthy questions, please try to come early. You know, there may be a lot of students, and so it may take some time to get to your question, and so plan with that ahead. Students who attend office hours frequently will receive participation points that count as an optional assignment. So I've gotten a lot of questions about this. You know, I don't think there's a, you know, if you don't attend one office hours, you won't get points. I don't think we're going to have a hard and fast rule like that. But I think students who, you know, for instance, this participation grade for office hours can replace the participation grade in class if, for instance, you're located in a different time zone. If, you know, the GSIs see that you're working through the course material, you're asking questions in office hours, if you know, maybe you form a study group with other peers and you email one of us to say that you met. I think generally it's sort of more broadly encompassing, and I don't think we're going to have a hard and fast rule who's going to get participation points from office hours. I think, you know, broadly speaking, if we've seen evidence of engagement with the class on your part, then that's what's going to incorporate that. And, you know, that might be a little bit of a wishy-washy answer, but really, as long as you're engaged, you know, show up to office hours and really show us that you're working with the material. You don't have to attend every single office hours to get those points. So we've tried to space out our office hours so that there are times that are going to work for students located in various time zones. If you really can't make any of the office hours listed, you can email one of us to arrange an alternative meeting time. But in addition to our office hours, Professor Fowley has 2 hours of office hours as well. So I would just say, there's 6 hours of office hours. So hopefully that should work for most people. And there are other options in addition to office hours. For one, I would just say use Piazza, and so use your classmates to answer questions. In the past, when we've used Piazza, students answer most of the questions for us, which is great. Your fellow students are really one of the best resources. There's also the Student Learning Center Economics program. They offer tutoring, and the economics department also provides a list of tutors. If tutoring is something that you're interested in, I would email that link soon. I found many students have emailed me in the past at the sort of second half of the semester saying that they need a tutor. At that point, usually we can't find one for them. So if that's something you're interested in, I'd say try to do that early. I've mentioned email. Please allow up to 2 working days for a reply. Likely we'll send one quicker, but this is just basically covering us and saying, if you send us a bunch of emails today, a problem set is due or a night before an exam, you might not get a response. So please plan ahead. Realize that we're human beings with constraints on our time too, just like you are, and so we might not be able to be always available for you, especially right in the period where every student is going to be asking those questions. I already mentioned Piazza. Really, that's a great resource. So I encourage you to use it. For the course, there's going to be 4 problem sets. Each problem set is going to be submitted electronically on B-Courses. You don't have to type up the assignment on your computer. If you don't know how to do that, you can just print out the assignment if you have a printer at home, and then write on it as you normally would and take pictures of it with your phone. Otherwise, you can write just write out on loose leaf, and as long as you're clear about which problem is which, you can do that as well too. But just please ensure your submission is readable. I won't grade illegible submissions. Additionally, we post the problem sets. We post the problem set solutions the day after the problem sets are due. So we're not going to accept problem sets for credit once the solutions are posted. So we're not going to accept them late. So please get them in on time. The problem sets are going to be graded basically on a binary basis, check or no check. If you've made a good faith attempt, you've done all the problems, you've tried, and in general, I think the rule of thumb I use is that more than half of them are correct or mostly correct, then you'll get a check. So hopefully everybody, or at least most of the class, will get a check. If not, you'll get no check, and then you'll get 0 points if you just don't even submit anything. So because we're not really giving a ton of feedback, please refer to the problem set solutions, which will be posted the day after, as I said. And if you have any questions about why the problem set solutions differ from your own answers, then just come talk to us and we'll help you out. If you feel that we've made a grading mistake on an exam problem, please just type up the specific mistakes you feel may exist in writing. All regrade requests for exams must be submitted within a week. That's because sometimes we just get students who are clearly just trying to bump up their grade 2 months after. And if you're doing it 2 months after, it's not, it's just because you're trying to bump up your grade. But really, if there's a grading mistake, it happens, we're human. Then feel free and we'll regrade it. But we will regrade every problem, and so you might receive lower points than initially given. And so that's just something to be aware of. Just a quick note, especially during these difficult times, it's really important to prioritize your own mental health and do whatever steps that you find beneficial to keep your mental well-being in check, such as getting good sleep, getting exercise, eating a healthy diet, practicing mindfulness, whatever that may look like for you, and making time for relaxation. And the reason is that diminished mental health can certainly interfere with optimal academic performance. And so if the source of your worries is strictly related to your coursework, we're happy to help you talk through course material and sort of help you identify ways that you might sort of change up your study strategies or things like that. However, if the source of your worries comes from something else, I really would encourage you to reach out to counseling and psychological centers at the Tang Center. In these times, reaching out for difficult help is a smart and courageous thing to do. So I would just point you towards that. For DSP-related accommodations, please see us, email us privately, and just send us an email. As well, you can email Professor Valley as well. The only thing I'll say about DSP accommodations is that please, if you have an accommodation, please just let us know earlier rather than later. That way we have the time to set things up online for you. And then academic policies and the UC Berkeley Honor Code can both be found online. Okay, so that was a rundown of the section syllabus. Section 1 videos I'll cover in the next few videos, but thank you for paying attention to this and viewing this. And if you have any questions about the course syllabus and sort of what these policies are, please send me an email or stop in the office hours, and I'm happy to talk through them a little bit more. So thanks.